Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to MJ Live. It's another week and we are gonna get started. Of course, we like to play a little music to get started as we share. Give you guys a chance to come on in, get your snacks, get your drinks, get comfortable, and we're gonna have an amazing show today. Let me tell you, we're gonna have Rich live. Now you've heard me mention MSE Network in the past, and we are gonna have a absolutely terrific show. So let us go ahead and play our music while we do our countdown. Well, it's not going to be a countdown. I'm going to be right on the screen with you. So this is how we're going to do it these days, is just to have a little music playing while we share for the first 3 to 5 minutes or so. All right, guys, come on in, get settled down. Tell a friend, share the post. And this one is really going to be good. I think this is going to be something that everybody can benefit from. Right? This is like, it's going to be like a free workshop. So come on in, guys. Come on in. And let's hear some music as we count this thing down. All right? All right, guys. Let us go. Let's go. Let us share. This is sharing time. This is sharing time as we play our funky music. All right. As a matter of fact, let's just check the audio for our guest. Let's check the audio for our guest. Hello, guest. Richard, are you there? Let me hear the audio. Let me hear the audio. All right, we're still having audio issues. I'm not quite sure what it is, but let's try again. Let's try again in a few minutes because your audio is still not coming through, bro. Your audio is still not coming through, okay? All right, guys, let's hear a little bit of funky music. Welcome. Karine Dujour Joseph, the fabulous name. Welcome to you, my dear. Let's try this. Let's try the audio again. Let's try the audio one more time. Rich.
Can you hear me? Can you?
That's better. Let me hear you one more time.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Your video seems a little fuzzy, but we're gonna make it work. All right.
Okay.
All right. At least I can hear you. All right.
Change real quick.
All right. I'm gonna drop you back down. Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's hear the music while we get in here. Get in here, guys. Get on in here. Tell a friend. This is virtually a free webinar. Come on, guys. Come on in. Come on in, guys. Come on in. We are live. Share. This one's gonna be good, man. This one's gonna be so good. I'll tell you from now. Are you sharing? Hit the like button too. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. I would so appreciate that. You know how we do. Hit the like button for the algorithms. Okay. We are gonna get into it today, guys. Every single person can benefit from this session tonight. Okay. I promise you that. I promise you. All right. Come on in. Get comfortable. Hey, Facebook user. I keep on telling you Facebook people to come over to YouTube. Why don't you listen? I don't know who you are, Facebook user. So it's best that you come over. So you have to make me do extra work by going to the group. Oh, we're getting started soon, man. We're getting started. Reggae Ellis. It's always you. Reggae Ellis, why don't you come to YouTube? Reggae Ellis, why don't you come to YouTube? Every week I have to say the same thing. That's not nice. Let me go check Mega Source Entertainment. Let me see if I'm live over there. Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da. All right. Welcome, welcome, Evelyn. Welcome, welcome, Ronnie. Over there on MSE Network. I'm glad that you're here tonight, supporting your boy, Rich Live. He deserves the best. All right. Tina Azelle. This one's going to be good. This one's going to be good. Trust me. Yes, indeed. We're getting started. Soon I will come over. All right. Okay, I got you. Melody Dinkins is here. Welcome, Melody Dinkins. We are getting into it today. All right. Okay, here we go, guys. Here we go. Welcome, welcome to MJ Live. It's another week. It's the start of the weekend. I like to say the weekend starts right cheer. Cheer, you know, not here. Cheer. The weekend starts right here. Every Thursday I'm here. Every Tuesday I'm here as well. For this new year, man, I'm bringing you some guests who have knowledge in various different areas of business and marketing and finances and just personal development. I know you're going to get something from each and every show that we have this year. So you might want to bring your notepad. You might want to bring your notepad for this one. Trust me. All right, so I'm going to give you a little preview of our guest, and then I'm going to do our preliminaries. All right, so here we go. Rich Live, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fantastic. Woo! What a day, right?
Yeah.
It's good to see you, and it's good to have you on the show tonight. I'm really excited about this one.
Okay. I'm excited to be here.
Okay. Awesome. So just tell people real briefly what your name, what do you do, and then I'm going to drop you back down. I'm going to do a few preliminaries, and then I'm going to have you back, and we're going to get really into it.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Rich Live for my show. Turn me down. I'm hearing that little reverb. I'm Rich Live. My real name, government name, is Richard Adams. I am the owner, the CEO of the MSE Network, which is comprised of a team of people. Actually, MJ is one of the members on one of our wonderful team, our wonderful team. And basically, we entertain, but we also inform and we educate people. And we do it in a network setting where everyone gets to be themselves and share their ideas, their experience, their talents, and their gifts with the world. Tell you a little bit about myself. Going back, I'm retired. I retired from the government in 2019, but during the whole time, I would say since 2008, I started my own business in the production company world, the whole entertainment, broadcasting, production world, and started off really small, and then it morphed over into something really, really nice and very beneficial. And that's why I'm here. I want to share my story with you, or how I got to this point, and how you can do some of the same things that I did to get where I am, or even further, using your superpower and some other, I call it the 3 M's: mobilizing, marketing, and monetizing. Mobilizing, marketing, and monetizing. And those are the steps that I used to get to this point. But I built the company from the ground up in 2008. Everyone laughed at me when I started. And now people taking me serious and writing me nice size checks. And I want to share that with you. So your 2022 could be similar to what my life experience has been like. And thanks again for having me on this show.
Absolutely. I'm so excited. I really am. You are somebody who since the day we met, I've respected your knowledge, your information, the way how you're just able to think off the top of your head and bring real solutions, give it some real good ideas. So I want to thank you for being available. And, I've always been thankful just to be a part of the MSE Network, So thanks again, everybody. This is Rich Live. We call him Rich Live. He does a show on a Saturday night. And we're going to get into all of this a little bit later, but let me go ahead and do my preliminaries. I'm going to drop you down for a little bit, Rich, and then I'm going to bring you back up in a bit, okay?
Okay.
See you in a bit. All right, everybody. Want to welcome everybody to the show. Welcome to Karine Joseph. Welcome to Tina Azal. Welcome to Reggae Ellis. Welcome to Melody Dinkins. I got rid of that echo. Thank you to welcome to Vintage and Iconic African American Everything. Just met her a few moments ago in our private Discord group, the lead attorney, of course. So welcome to you. Thank you so much for joining me live for the first time. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll definitely be checking out your channel in a little while after the show. All right. So here are the preliminaries tonight. Again, first of all, if you're here today, you're part of MJ Nation. That's me, Melissa Jane. All right. Some people call me MJ. Not Michael Jackson, just Melissa Jane. And if you're here and you're supporting the show, you're supporting me, then you are part of MJ Nation. All right, just drop a MJ Nation in the chats. That might come in handy a little bit later because we're going to have some giveaways. So just drop in MJ Nation, hashtag MJ Nation, as a matter of fact, hashtag MJ Nation, just like this. MJ, it could be all lowercase, MJ Nation, and then we're going to come back to that later. All right, guys. All right. So next, I do want to thank all of my sponsors that have sponsored my show from day one, or at least from my new drive in growing the channel, which is probably about 4 months now, about 3 to 4 months. All right, guys. So thank you to Lashless Journey. Big massive shout out to Lashless Journey, who is my biggest sponsor to date, I believe. I'd have to check to see if Shayla has beaten her yet. But big shout out and thank you to Shayla, the mysterious Shayla. Thank you so much for sponsoring the show on multiple occasions. Thank you to the moderator of all moderators, Gail Luckett. Big thank you to you, my dear. Always checking in, always supporting the show in various different ways. Big shout out to Carl Sinclair from Syntech Cooling. If you need an AC man, this is the guy to go to right here in South Florida. Big shout out to the Intentional Millionaire who sponsored one of my early shows, but he was also a special guest on the show last week. So if you missed that show, you definitely want to check it out. So many gems he gave about how you can also get to your first $1 million portfolio. Some steps that you can take. And then also big shout out to MSE Network. MSE Network. This is the man, guys. This is the man. Let me just show you real quick. This is MSE Network. I gotta give him a big shout out, and then I'll remove you again. That's MSE Network. I've been shouting him out for weeks and weeks and weeks. So a big shout out to him. I'm actually streaming also over on that channel. Let me go see who's there in the channel on MSE Network. Dewana, Evelyn, and Ronnie. Big shout out to you guys over there. I'm doing double duty, checking over on both sides. Big shout out to the multi-award winning international recording artist Novelty, who has been crowned the reggae female artist 2 years in a row in South Florida. So big shout out and big ups to you, Novelty. Big shout out to Sophia Sharif, one of my recent sponsors. Big shout out to Sophia. Sophia. Oh, I love that name. Big shout out to What Can I Change? He was a recent contest winner. And shout out to Marlene TV, and also a recent contest winner, and also a collaborator. I did a collaboration with Marlene TV. So those are my shout outs for today. Those are my sponsors. I will never forget my sponsors. Never, ever, ever. Let's see who's here. Welcome to people who have just joined us. She Stole My Thunder is here. Welcome. She Stole My Thunder. Everybody go ahead and drop in and hashtag MJ Nation. That will come in a little bit later where we do a giveaway. Welcome to Orlando Toussaint. Seen you on Discord. Thank you. Subscribe too. I appreciate it. And I will do just the same thing back to you, Orlando Toussaint. I must remember to do that afterwards. Big shout out to Big Bad Bull is in the building. There's a Jane from Hello Baby Girl. Oh, I love that. That's cute. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Corinne Dujon. Joseph, again, she just came back in. I know she was there earlier saying, I gotta be there for this one. And she definitely has come over, so I really appreciate that. Big shout out to Aisha Miller. Aisha Miller, blessings to you, my dear. Good to have you. Now, if this is your first time, I encourage you to subscribe. I encourage you to share and tell somebody that you love about this show, because this is something that can literally change someone's life once they discover what their purpose is, and how to monetize it. This is what Richard's going to tell us about today. All right, so let's go back to what I have, my little preliminaries today. Let me see. Oh, I think I've gone through them already. Okay, let us bring back our guest. Is everybody ready? Is everybody settled in? Get your drink, get your snacks. Get ready for a great show. Get your pens and notepads, because I think there's going to be some gems in here for you. All right, guys. Here we go. Tina Ezell, MJ Nation. You got to put it just like how I did it. I like that though, but put in MJ Nation as well, so you can qualify for for the contest. All right. Let's bring back Rich Live. Hello, Rich Live. How are you doing again today?
Hello. Thanks again for having me on, MJ.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Let me get rid of this sponsor now. Okay. All right. So, for those who have just joined us, I like to do this little preliminary stuff. It actually gives people a chance to come on in. You know what I mean? So, by the time I've done all that, people are here and they're ready to hear our special guest. So, again, just briefly, tell us who you are and what we're going to be doing today.
Okay. Once again, good evening, everyone, and thanks for taking the time out to join us today. Thanks again, MJ, for having me on the show, the MJ Live show, which I enjoy every Thursday, 8 p.m. A little background on myself. I retired in 2019 after 25 years of working for the government. But while I was working for the government, in 2008, I started my production company, and I started with very little resources, income, things of that nature, and I kind of built my brand up to the MSE Network, which is a African American owned radio station, legitimate radio station. We are broadcasting over there on the MSE Network, and what we're doing is we're building a network and with some wonderful people, wonderful talent, and we're really making a whole lot of leeway. And today I want to share with you guys how sometimes we overthink success, and we put so much into the things that are so insignificant. One of the things I want to talk about is and I talked about this on my show the other day, is tapping into your superpower. And a lot of times, some of us can go a very long time before we determine what our superpower is. And today, hopefully, I can help you identify with what that superpower is, and from that point, show you how you can mobilize with it, how you can market it, and eventually monetize it. This is the same method I use in my model. This is what I lead by, and I'm gonna share it with you uncut. So you're getting a free lesson today.
Beautiful, beautiful. The lead attorney is in the building. The lead attorney, I always have to shout out the lead attorney. We're actually in a Patreon. He's teaching us how to monetize and grow our YouTube channels. There's quite a large group of us that are under his tutelage. And I got to give a big shout out to the lead attorney. So respect, big ups to the lead attorney. We love you. We appreciate you. You do so much for us. You always allow us to come upon your platform anytime you're doing a live show, and that always helps our channels. So again, a big thank you to the lead attorney for stopping by. You know, you're a busy man. You're a big hitter now in this space. So to have you stop by, I'm just so honored that you do so. So again, the lead attorney in the building. Gotta give mad props at every occasion that I can for him being here. Corinne Dujour, how you doing, my dear? Let's see who's here. Hello, good night. I am here watching you live chat show by my dear friend. Oh, the amazing M&G. The amazing M&G. Wow, wow, wow. Nice to have you here. Good night to everyone joining the live chat show, my dear friend. So sweet. Always so sweet. Rich, can we just dig a little bit more into your life a little bit?
Okay.
You said you worked for the government. Can you talk a little bit about what type of work you do?
Okay. Well, I retired as a police officer. I'm in Atlanta now, but I'm originally from Miami-Dade County. After 25 years of service, I retired. And but while I was working, I started to discover my superpower, and then I started using that power on the force to do things that they had never seen done in law enforcement. So you can use your superpower wherever you are, and it will attract people to you. It will attract opportunities to you and the right people to you once you start to recognize what it is. So after 25 years of service, I really went full throttle with the MSE Network. The MSE stands for Mega Source Entertainment. I adapted that.
Where did you get that name from?
Mega Source?
Yeah.
Well, Mega Source, when I came up with the idea, I was a producer many years ago. I was in the production game, and then I was doing some audio engineering for concerts and things of that nature. And I started putting together my own team. And the word mega is what came to me because I saw myself on a large scale. I saw myself mega, right? But also being mega in the sense of very resourceful. And that's where the source came in, mega source. So a source meaning I was just a conglomerate of resources to everybody, and then the entertainment was the obvious for whatever it related to, for whatever we were covering. So that's where the name Mega Source came.
Okay, so you worked 25 years in law enforcement. What did you bring any of those skills that you utilized while you were in law enforcement? Did you bring any of those skills into what you're doing now?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, it started out where, from being a kid in grade school, elementary school, I was always into technology, audiovisual, that stuff. So I played all my proms from elementary school, high school. I was always the events guy. I became a sensational DJ when I graduated high school. I started doing all the block parties around the community. And it kind of started there. So once I got into law enforcement, someone would be retiring and they would need a PA system, and I would always volunteer, not realizing that, wow, this might turn into something, right?
Wow.
So I started using those resources on the force, and then I started being responsible for the police balls, the galas.
All right now.
So I've done governor balls, I've done police galas, I've done so
Got
many
you.
things. Yeah, so that's how I kind of grew. But oddly enough, that was my talent. And that's what I want to dive into, because my talent and the passion drove my talent. I thought that my talent was my superpower,
Hmm.
but my talent wasn't my superpower.
Hmm.
My voice was. My ability to negotiate and influence and inspire was my superpower. My
Mm.
talent was the production, the audio. That was the talent. And I want people to understand that there could be a real significant difference between your talent and your superpower.
Right, right, right. So, how did you transition into the audio visual business after? Was it while you said it was while you were
While I was
a police
working,
officer?
right.
But th- but that. Mhm.
So while I was working, I started doing the events for the department. So they had us, you had to do, if you had an out, I started an LLC in 2008,
Okay.
so that I could do the events legally without no controversy or conflict,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
So I started doing these events, and these events would, they would be anywhere from maybe 1,000, 2,000 people. So that forced me to expand. I was a little guy with the two speakers on, and then I started having to expand, but
Hmm.
it made room for me to expand. I started the profit I would make, I would buy more equipment and do things.
Right.
So that's how that started. And then when I started doing major events, I started hiring more and more staff, and I started
Got you.
taking on more and more things. But that was the talent.
Uh-huh.
That was the gift. But the actual superpower was my ability to tell my story. And my story got the attention of people to say, hey, let's use this guy.
Uh-huh.
Let's use this company. And that's kind of how it morphed over into the uh, the whole MSE network thing.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, everybody, we are talking with Rich live from MSE Network. You've heard me mention him several times on the show in the past. This is the guy. This is Richard Adams. He's we call him Rich Live because that's the name of his show. But we're going to get into the whole talent versus passion. What is it now? Passion? No, not
Yes.
passion. Purpose. Purpose. We're
No,
going to get
talent.
into that
Yeah.
in a little bit, but I wanted to just dive a little bit more into um, your business as MSE Network. Can you
Yes.
just talk about that a little bit more as far as the shows that are there, and
Okay.
even before that, can you
Okay.
talk about how? Do you remember how we met?
Yes, yes. I was heavily into the production business, but I've always had this burning desire to be a public speaker. And someone told me to check out Toastmasters, right? It's like, no, I'm not going to do that. But then, you know what? I decided to look into it, and I went, and I actually enjoyed it. And it was in the Fort Lauderdale area, many many moons ago, and I remember you speaking, and I remember you because you had this distinctive British accent.
Dead giveaway, right?
So, but I didn't know who you were, but I just knew there was something special about you. And,
Oh, you're so sweet.
and after, I think it was like after so many speaking engagement, we would all meet up somewhere, and you told me a little bit about you were in media as well.
That's right.
I think you were doing some video production stuff.
Yeah.
And, you were doing your own events, and I think we exchanged numbers at that point.
Hmm. Hmm.
And years later, we lost contact, and then I ended up moving to Georgia.
Uh-huh.
And then I received like this email blast. Check out the MJ Live. I was like, I think I know this lady. I think I know this lady. And then I reached out to you,
Uh-huh.
and we kind of connected, and we realized we still had that burning passion as it relates to media and communications and things of that nature. And
Right.
you know, you decided to I asked you to join my team. I thought it would be a great fit, and here we are today. It's a wonderful fit. And
It's a great fit,
thank you for being here.
and I will always appreciate you for reaching out and connecting and allowing me to be a part of your network. All right, so tell people a little bit more about the network and what it involves.
Okay. All right. Well, before I get to the network part, let me tell you about some of the events you were doing. We were doing the governor balls and things like that, police balls, and it got pretty big. And then we morphed over. I had an opportunity to play, to be one of the engineers for video engineers for Johnny Gill,
Ooh.
Genuine, some other major bands, things of that nature. So we're really, really pumped up. And then I moved to Atlanta to open a second branch of my production company, and that's when
Yeah.
COVID hit in 2020. I just purchased a house, just got here, and COVID hit, and I had these grandiose. So it was the superpower that I'm going to talk about that kept Rich Live and his whole MSE network going. It's understanding it wasn't my talent, it was my.
Oops. Looks like we might have. It looks like we may have some network issues with Rich Live. He's actually. Oh, okay. You're back now. You're back.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So basically, during the pandemic, I started audio streaming. I started streaming live on the via the network, and I called. I got in contact with DJ Red and yourself and some other folks, and we started broadcasting. And I've had probably over 60,000 listeners. It started out with about 25. So it's not that I'm some super natural power person that has this amazing skill. It's just the ability to be resilient, determined, and disciplined is what grew the whole MSE network. Like my desire and my passion. Passion to me, folks, are it's the gasoline to drive your superpower. It's the passion. Like the passion will give you gas it will give you fuel to get where you need to go. Many people in the world have talent, but they don't have passion. Passion drives the talent. And superpower, the difference between superpower and talent, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, is that superpower is a DNA. Talent is something that we can develop and we can practice. The superpower is just a part of who you are. It's that thing that's unbearable, like you cannot put it down, right? You can't turn it off. It won't go away. It's a burning sensation, and you dream about it, and you can't suppress it. That's superpower. Talent is your desire to do something that maybe you might be good at, right? And you can develop that and polish that. So those are the difference in my opinion. But both talent and superpower both need the fuel from passion to get you anywhere. You can have talent in your home right now and the world knows nothing about you, right? But it's the passion that drives you along the way where you meet people, you run into things, you get resources, and you make things happen.
Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so your superpower and your talent. Can you just reiterate what's the difference between those two? Just reiterate. I know you just spoke about it just now, but if you were to clearly define it, just say that one more time for me.
Well, let's talk about superpower. Superpower is that thing that most often people notice about you before you notice about yourself, right? It's the thing that draws people to you. It's the favors that are asked. It's the things that you're asked of naturally and frequently from others. Rather, it's given advice. Rather, it's something that you do unconsciously that there's no price attached to it, but you're so good at it that someone will pass along you and say, hey, reach out to this person. That's who helped me. This person is good at that. So these people, like, if you take a second and evaluate who you are and the people and the network and the group of people around you, what do they most often look for you for? Like, what do they look to you for often? Is it a conversation? Is it advice? Can you do something very special or unique that the world needs and only you can do that thing? Like, what are you called on for? So the superpower is like, it's a thing that lives in you. And the difference in talent to me is something that some have gifts, some have burning desires, some practice things, learn things, pick up trades. The difference to me between passion and superpower is I'm sorry, talent and superpower is superpower. You don't turn it off. It's embedded in you, right? Talent, you could kind of turn that off a little bit. Like, someone could play a piano or dance or have a special gift or talent, play golf, whatever the case is, play a sport. That could be a talent, but it doesn't necessarily always be on. Something can turn that off. You're no longer attracted to it. You no longer play the piano. I used to do this. I don't do that anymore. But the superpower will live with you until you part this earth.
Right.
You could be on your dying bed and still use your superpower. Whatever it is, it's embedded in you, and you can share that with the world and pass it along. So that's my difference. But it still takes passion to make those things move.
Right. That's beautiful. Now, let me just address the chat for a second. Everybody in the chat, if you're enjoying this content, just put the number 1 in the chats, please, right now. Put the number 1 in the chat if you're enjoying what you're hearing so far. This is an audience participation type of show here. We always like to get everybody involved. And also, type in MJ Nation if you want to be in the run-ins to receive something that we're going to talk about later. We're going to have a giveaway. We're going to have 2 giveaways, in fact. So Rich is going to tell us a little bit about that in a little while. But let me just go ahead and shout out to everybody that's in here that's just joined recently. Trina's Treasures. I know that she's definitely a big part of MSE Network. Big shout out to She Stole My Thunder. Big shout out to G Warrior 314. This brother has a passion that cannot be obstructed by life's issues. I was with him the day he decided to create an app for police that exploded. More importantly, he loves and follows Jesus Christ. Wow, now this is something new. Rich, you didn't tell me that you had created an app that exploded for the police department. You got to tell us a little bit about that. Before you do, let me also shout out to those who are in MSE Network on my other screen over here. To Duana, she says MJ Nation. Thank you for that, Duana. Big shout out to Evelyn. Big shout out to Lasagna Barker. Shout out to Lena, lovely Lena. Also to Ronnie. Ronnie had said something nice in here. That's our Rich Live. Always spreading knowledge, Rich. Big shout out to Zaza as well. Everybody in the MSE Network, I appreciate you guys for rocking with us today. Tell a friend to come on in there. Your boy is dropping knowledge, man, here tonight. So go ahead and tell us about this app, Rich. I'm sorry about that.
Okay. Well, you know what? It's a good point. That's going to be probably Mark Bullard. He's also a retired police officer.
Oh.
We were on the same team. Let me tell you how it came about. This is before I recognized I had superpower. I'm just operating on talent at this point. This is pure talent.
Okay.
Talent with passion.
Right.
During we all remember the Trayvon Martin situation.
Yes.
So myself, Mark Bullard, and a couple of other team members, we had a small team, but we were ultimately responsible for the suppression of the violence that was associated with the Trayvon Martin, that whole era, and the discontent from the public. My job was to to get a handle on the sentiment of the community, the whole South Florida for the most part. I was part of what they call a fusion center, and basically it's 72 fusion centers throughout the United States, and we were part of one of them. But our job was to receive as much information related to this case. So after being exhausted, not knowing if it was going to be a riot, what was going to happen, all this stuff, I couldn't keep up with all the information I was receiving. So I came up with this idea that, you know what, if I develop a mobile app for the police department, then I can ingest all this intel on what's going to happen related to this case. Are they going to burn the city down, whatever the case is? So this app was going to be the place to receive all this data, right? So I created a prototype, and it was just supposed to be for my station, my little small community. And the mayor of Miami-Dade County got a hold of it, got wind of it, and called pretty much a big meeting, called me in and said, did you do this? I said, yes. He said, how big can you make this? I said, well, I have limited resources. I made it big enough for my unit. Said, well, I need you to make it for 2.5 million people. Yeah. So I said, well, Mr. Mayor, we're gonna need some resources.
We're gonna need some stuff, man.
So what he did was he removed me from my unit temporarily, and he made me the project manager, and he married me to Microsoft. So Microsoft's job was to get into my brain and build it based on my prototype, on how I wanted it designed and what the intentions were. So this was the sole go-to guide for protest demonstrations, civil unrest, crime. It really turned into a really, really big deal. I had the opportunity to do a commercial with Microsoft. I had an opportunity to just be the face of my agency in so many different facets. But it's one of the things that led me to realize that the talent, if I didn't bring it out with the passion, it would have still been in me. I knew I had these abilities, but I didn't allow it to lie dormant. And that's what gave it the fuel to make it to the mayor's office, to make it to Microsoft, to make it. It was featured on MSNBC, CNN. I mean, it was a really big to-do. So it's the passion that fueled the talent. And it eventually led me, when I retired, I ended up in other countries, speaking at major events, talking about how technology is going to have to be used to solve issues as it relates to criminal activity. And remember, we're going back to 2014, 2015. So I was light speed years ahead on developing technology, but it's that passion that drove the talent to that point. So I ended up in Trinidad, Tobago. I ended up in Aruba. I can go on and on and on. Just speaking to prime ministers and presidents of different countries on what they could do to mitigate their issues. And I still do a little bit some of that right now.
Oh man, I mean, Rich, I didn't know this about you, and this is why I'm so enjoying this session right now, because it's enabled me to find out more. And as a matter of fact, Ronnie just said over there on MSE Network, he said, is it a he or she? Is Ronnie? Is Ronnie a he? Is this she? Hey, Ronnie. She says, there are many layers to Rich Live. It would take more than one show. We want to dig a little deeper. Once we get the content out, we want to dig a little bit deeper. MJ, he beat me telling you because I said to Ronnie, tell me more. hey, as a matter of fact, if you're over there on MSE Network, I'm going to encourage you to come over to YouTube. I'm going to just drop the link into YouTube. Oops, wrong picture. I want to encourage you to come over because I want you to engage with us over here as well. But yeah, so many layers. Rich, we want to know more. If you've done anything great, anything else great that we don't know about, I would love you to share it. As you're talking about the superpower and your passion, and you did the show on Tuesday, and I was listening to about the first 45, 50 minutes of it before my show started on at 8. But I want you to do exactly what you did there too. You communicated with the chat and asked certain questions. I want you to do all of that over here too.
Okay.
So so let's go back to superpower versus talent. Where do you want to go from there?
Well, basically, I want to encourage people to take a second to think about what their superpowers are, because that leads you to a place of freedom. Like, it's so invigorating once you figure out what your superpower is, and when you think about that, it's the thing that it's unbearable. It really really haunts you, and it tells you what you should be doing, and you know what it is organically. A lot of times you don't believe that these things are possible because you can't see it, so you suppress your superpower, right? But it's the thing that's embedded in you. It lives in you, and it doesn't go to sleep, and you can't put it to sleep, and you won't put it to sleep. It disrupts your life until you do something with it, and that's what superpower is. It's that natural thing that you're born with that you don't even realize may change lives, including your family life, your other people's lives. Like, that might be the missing piece of the puzzle of what you're trying to do in your life now, and wondering why things are not taking you to where you want to go, because maybe you're tapping so much into your talent and not your superpower. There's so much more strength in your superpower. Your superpower will tell your talent what to do and where to go, where to do it. Your superpower it's the owner of your talent. It's the gateway to make it operate. With a little bit of passion, you're on your way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I wonder, when did you discover fully your own superpower as compared to your talent? Because you've got a lot of talents.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, you talk about that app that you created. You said that you have experience in technology.
Yes.
Could you just talk about your technology experience for a minute, so that we sort of can know where that
Okay.
how you was able to just build that app?
Technology started where dabbling with the audio visual stuff it started getting digitized. So you had to understand software to run some of the audio and the video equipment, and that's how I kind of started dabbling with that. But when I built this mobile application, everything that I am is self-taught by passion. Self-taught. The formal education it was paid for by the police department. Once they realized that I had a talent, then they started sending me to get certifications, to get training.
Nice.
Because you had to be certified to do certain things in law. But everything prior to that was self-taught, and it was the desire and the passion that say, hey, let me look at these tutorials. I have a doctorate in YouTube. I am self-taught. I am not formally trained on anything, but yet and still I was able to travel the whole entire most of the U.S. and other countries after being self-taught. So the guy with the degree, and nothing against education and degree, he didn't stand a chance against me, because I was literally out here doing the work. And they've had me on several occasions speak at universities. And that's when I started realizing that my superpower wasn't just my talent. It was my ability to motivate, to provide solutions, to influence people to move forward, to take chances, to take risks calculated. So I started speaking at some of these colleges and universities. They were inviting me And when I realized they were inviting me not for my talent, they were inviting me because my ability to tell a story. So we'll talk about that a little bit, because if you don't think you have a superpower, or if you don't think you have a talent, it's always in your ability to tell your story. Everyone have a story, and it's how you package it and how you share that story and market that story. Eventually you can monetize that story. So part of me that's here today, what you're hearing is my ability to tell my story. You're not seeing my talent. You're hearing my ability to tell my story. And that's marketing myself, and I can monetize this. And I want to get into that, on how you break down the 3 M's. You mobilize,
Yeah.
you market, and then you monetize. But I think it was important for you, and I'm glad that brother Mark Bullock brought that question up, or that comment about the app, and you asked about it, because you need to know who I am and who's speaking into you. And I try to be humble, and I don't brag a lot about I have some very, very wonderful accomplishments as being one of the first African Americans to do some of the things that I've done. But
We
it's
want to hear
important.
about all of
Yeah.
them.
One,
We want to hear about all of them, man.
maybe 1 or 2 more with you. One is May 5th in Miami-Dade County is Officer Richard Adams Day. May 5th.
What?
So
Oh my word!
in Dade County, I have a proclamation, um,
Nice.
forever recorded in the archives. I am
Listen,
published.
listen, guys. Drop a May 5th in the chat if you want to celebrate that Richard Adams. It's May 5th is Richard is what is it? Officer Richard Adams. What was it? What would it be? Officer Richard Adams Day. Wow. Drop in May 5th if you want to celebrate that with him. I think that's awesome.
Yes,
Awesome.
yes.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Hold on 1 second. Somebody's trying to get hold of me. Not right now. Not right now. um, well, congratulations, Rich.
Thank you.
It
Thank you.
does not surprise me that you have such wonderful accomplishments that mm, layers upon layers. Somebody says, there are so many layers to this man, and we really appreciate you.
Thank
And
you.
Lasagna is saying, love what you do. And Ronnie saying, Duana saying, look at God. Ronnie says, yes. Passion can drive you, says Hicks House. Join us on Tuesday, 7 p.m. for Talk with Rich Live. There will always be motivational messages poured into your life. That's right, because you just got a new show open just recently.
Yes.
Ronnie says, hello, Rick's house. Lasagna's putting the number 1 in there. Ronnie says, May 5th, Richard Adams Day. Hicks House says May 5th. Come on over and join me on YouTube if you wouldn't mind. Give me a like, give me a subscribe so that you'll be notified anytime that I go live. You won't miss a show if you do that. And I'll tell you, this year, if you think that Rich Live right now, this show is good, we have other shows of the same caliber. So, do come over and tune into some of those shows. Awesome, awesome. Orel Ferguson joined us. Welcome, Orel Ferguson. And Aisha, I am woman, says May 5th. Awesome. Um, let's go, let's go. Brenda, David, May
Mr.
5th.
Ferguson.
What's that?
No, I was just saying hi to Mr. Ferguson.
Oh, yes,
Law
yes, yes.
enforcement function.
He's always
Yeah.
tuned in. Mahatma, what is the day May 5th for? Explain that one more time for someone who just walked in the room.
Basically, I built some software for the entire Miami-Dade County, 2.5 million citizens. Out of it came a mobile application along with a real-time crime center that's still in existence and employed right now with several employees, from my understanding. It made so much headway and got so much media attention from MSNBC and CNN and stuff like that, to the point where the department honored me with a day reserved May 5th. as a day for Richard Adams, Officer Richard Adams.
Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Could not be more happier. All right, we're gonna come to some more of your accomplishments a little bit later. Let us dive into the three M's of the content you're bringing us today.
Right. So the 3M. So basically, in order for this to work successfully, you have to understand what your talent is, what your superpower is, what your talent is, right? And then you have to have passion for these 3 M's to work. The 3 M's of success is something I came up with, which is you have to be able to mobilize, market, and monetize. Those are the most important things to me that can actually get your wheelhouse turning. And I use this throughout my life, and it's always worked for me. Um, Noticing what your talent is, and then mobilizing. Okay, what do you mean by mobilizing? Mobilizing means it's when you realize that this is something that you could do, and it's something that you want to do, and it's not something that you're going to put down and pick up every now and then. This is a part of who you are. When we build businesses um, based off of our talents, sometimes those things may change a little bit. That's why I tell people, if you can build a business on who you are, because who you are is embedded in you. What you do may change. So who you are, your business can last forever.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in business for 14 years because I built it based on my DNA. Um, Not what was trending, not what everybody else was doing, not what's hot now, because those trends, they go away. They come and they go. So the moral of the story is mobilizing when you realize what your gift is. It's something simple. I think everyone listening should have a LLC, limited liability company. Every human being over the age of 18 should have a limited liability company, not just for tax purposes and shelters, but you as an individual should consider yourself as a brand,
Mm-hmm.
right? There in the tax books, there are over 500 uh, write-offs and incentives for people that are business owners. And there's probably 50 for people that are regular people that are working 9 to 5, and that goes right back into the government. So I think the mobilizing part is recognizing that this is something that you have that lives in you, that is beneficial to you and others, and incorporating and becoming an LLC or an S corporation or whatever it is that will solidify that this is who I am and this is what I do. That's the mobilization part. Like you
Mm-hmm.
got to get started. Get out of the laboratory. I'm always telling people, we spend too much time overthinking. We spend too much time overthinking, and we want to build a complete product before we mobilize. Mobilize first, build as you go.
Build as you go.
Build as you go. And that's exactly what I did with the app. That's what I did with my
Wow.
promotion company. I started out with 2 speakers on a stick. Now I'm doing events like they're so large, I don't have enough equipment. So I have to hire other major companies to do it.
Right.
Right. So you
Right.
build it as you go, but you got to mobilize. Start
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is that you're into, right? Mobilize. And when you start your business, whatever it is, make sure it solves a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure it's a solution. Can a t-shirt company be a solution? Yes. Yes. Are you making them in sizes that are comparable to everyone that wears them? Are you fixing a solution because maybe shirts don't fit right, like men like the shirts to kind of fit the arms? Well, maybe you can be a solution for that. Whatever it is that you do, make sure you solve a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you are a solution, right?
Mm.
I tell people that the 3 things is to when you're getting started is to identify first.
Mm-hmm.
Identify your problem, right? Appeal to the emotion.
Mm-hmm.
of the people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm gonna use the shirt for example. The
Mm-hmm.
problem is the shirts for men and women sometimes is not that appealing for the arms. I know nothing about t-shirt business, but I'm just gonna make this. But the shirt, the arms for women, and sometimes the cut is not appealing to the women, right?
Right,
I'm
right.
identifying the problem. I'm appealing to emotion. The
Mm-hmm.
emotion is, don't you hate when shirts fit so and so? See, I'm appealing to the emotion.
Mm.
Now I'm going to offer you the solution.
Right, right,
So I'm going to say that again. Hopefully, you guys are taking notes.
right. Get your notebooks out,
Identify,
guys.
identify a problem,
Mm-hmm.
appeal to the emotion, offer a solution. That's the same thing as mobilizing, marketing, monetizing. Right?
Okay. All right. So
So
you went to all three of them?
nope, that was mobilizing, right?
Mobilizing.
Mobilizing was
Okay.
getting started, incorporating, getting your limited liability company, um, getting out of the laboratory, getting out of your way, believing that you can do this and move.
Right. All right.
That's mobilizing.
That's mobilizing.
Right.
Let's talk a little bit more about the second one. What is the second M?
Marketing.
Marketing. Yeah. Talk about marketing a bit. 'Cause I know that you're very, very big in this area.
Yeah, marketing pays bills for me. Marketing can pay, yeah, marketing pays mortgage, marketing pays bills for me. So right now I'm under contract with a few different companies, and what I do is I help people brand. And a lot of people have a misconception of what marketing is. A lot of people think marketing is pay something on social media. That's a small part of it, right? Marketing is a mindset.
Mhm.
Marketing is ability to sell and tell a story to an audience that has been identified, right? So you can paste all you want to, but if you're not telling a story with your graphic, if you're not telling a story with your caption, and you're not telling it to the right audience, then you're just wasting internet space, right? So marketing is more than just posting on social media. There's so much more
It's true.
to marketing. Who's your audience, right? Who are you talking to?
Yeah.
And what problem are you solving for this audience? Like, what
Hold
solution are you offering?
hold that thought for a second, Rich. Tina says, I want to be the solution. So start thinking about what you may have as a superpower. Rich is going to talk to you about that in a bit. So I don't want anyone to leave because we're getting to the good stuff, guys. I don't want anyone to leave. As a matter of fact, you might want to tell your friends to come on over now because now we're getting into the nitty gritty. The three M's, like we talked about in the flyer. Hopefully it did work. All right, carry on, Rich. Sorry.
Yes. So
The
marketing is so
marketing.
much deeper than just posting something. I help companies understand what marketing is and how branding works in tandem with
Mm.
marketing. If you have a logo that only you understand what it means and what it says, may not be best for branding because it's hard to market a logo that only you and your family and your friends understand what it means. If you are, let's say you are a mechanic and you got a picture of a car and it does this and it's got this and it's got wrenches and all this stuff, no one understands really what you're doing. But when you drive past a shop that says mechanic or oil change, you know exactly what the purpose is. So the people that just say the simple, bold things,
Mm, mm,
t-shirt shop,
mm, mm-hmm.
oil change, grocery store,
Mm,
that's marketing and branding. What we
mm-hmm,
like is the pretty things, right?
mm-hmm.
Because we have in our mind, I want the logo to be this, I want it to say this, I want to do it. But if you're not telling a story in your brand, then the marketing will struggle sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes your brand needs to be cohesive with your marketing strategy, right? So if you're a picture guy, let's say you're a photographer, if make sure photographer is what owns the brand, right? Because just that word, photographer or beautician or whatever it is, make sure that leads, right? Make sure that leads, right? So
Okay.
mega source, large source of
Mm.
whatever you need.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got what
Nice.
I'm saying?
I get you, man. I get you. All right. Marketing. All right. Anything more to add on marketing before we
Marketing,
move on to?
yes. Understand the algorithm of marketing. Label your stuff, right? Don't just post a picture. Go into the settings, label what it is so that it can crawl through the internet. So if you take a picture of, let's say you make baskets or whatever it is that you do, or you're a consultant or you have a podcast, don't just say Rich Live, say talk show, podcast, because that's the crawling algorithm that's going to help you be found in whatever um, search engine that you put that information in. So make sure what you do leads what you look like, because people are going to see that caption of what it is before they look at your logo. Your logo, if it doesn't tell the story, they're going to look at the first 2 or 3 letters. Oil change.
Mhm.
That Google crawler will go and get oil change before it will go and get all that other fluff stuff that you're using to describe yourself.
Got you.
So market yourself. I'll dive deeper into it. You can share my information, and
Sure.
I can really, really dive deep into it. But make sure you
Absolutely.
mobilize. Once you mobilize, identify what it is that you're going to do. Market yourself. Don't be afraid to tell people who you are and what you do. There's someone somewhere on this planet that's looking for what it is that you offer. There's an audience for every single thing that you do.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's why you have so many artists and movie stars and so many different people out there that are successful, because they all have they niches for their different audiences. So never hesitate to move forward on what your superpower is, because there's an audience, and just because you haven't met that audience doesn't mean that audience doesn't exist. It exists. If you market right, you'll connect with them, they'll find you. And just like people said, hey, nobody's really interested in this app, and 2.5 million people got a hold of it. So the moral of the story is never discount what it is that's in your heart and what your superpower is. Let passion drive it, mobilize it, market it correctly, and then we're going to get into how we monetize it. And
All
if there's
right.
questions, I'm more than happy to answer.
Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat room. Or Ralph Ferguson saying good advice. Needs watches. Hey, Needs watches. Good to have you here tuning in tonight. I really, really appreciate you with the coolest voice around. Needs watches. You got to check out his channel. If you like watches, Rich, this is a channel that you want to check out for sure. Lascious Journey or Lacious. How you doing, my darling? Good to see you. We're going to go on to the third M, which is monetization. But I want to give you guys, if you're liking what you're hearing, and I know you are, you can have the opportunity to have a 30-minute consultation for free. Rich is offering a 30-minute consultation, not to one person, but to 2 people. So make sure that you drop in MJ Nation, hashtag MJ Nation, MJ Nation. I got to type it right, the MJ Nation in the chat, and we're going to come to it right after we finish the third M. All right, we're going to come to the after we talk about the third M. But I want to also give a big shout out to um, everybody that's listening on MSE Network, and I'm going to actually show the chat. I'm going to do this. I'm going to show the chat real quick here, Rich, because I want everybody to be involved as well on both sides. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's put a stand here. I don't know if you guys can see the chat over here for a little bit. We're just going to Show them a little love over on MSE Network. Give us a big shout out if you're over there on MSC Network. I'm going to show the chat a little bit because there's some nice comments here. Can you see this all right, Rich? Can you see these
Yes,
comments?
yeah, I can see it.
All right. So Ron is saying, join us on Tuesday, 7 p.m. for Talk with Rich Live. There will always be motivational messages. Talk, as a matter of fact, talk real quick about your Tuesday show because this is quite recent, right?
Yes.
Go ahead and talk about your Tuesday show for a minute.
What I started was a Tuesday Talk with Rich Live. And if you like what you're hearing, basically, every Tuesday I'm dropping free nuggets. I'm bringing resources to the community for absolutely free. Just like you're hearing now, there's something different that you can take away each and every Tuesday. I'm on at 7 o'clock every Tuesday. And just sharing knowledge and dropping what I've learned and hopefully giving you nuggets that you can move on and help you move about to get your journey going, especially in 2022, where I'm really dropping a whole lot of knowledge.
Beautiful. And real quickly, just talk about your Saturday show as well.
Yeah, Saturday, I'm on. I play music Saturday. Remember, if you're on in the beginning, I started out as a DJ. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that still stayed with me, and it actually helped me get those thousands of listeners. And then I started speaking to them. So on Saturdays, I play music. We have a good time. I did a survey, and I started asking people what was it mostly that they liked about the Rich Live show on Saturday when I was playing music. It was what I was saying in between the songs in my community. And I would play a song and say, let's see if we catch the message. There's a message in everything that I play.
You always say that. Yeah.
And when they started telling me that we love how you resonate with the message, I started asking, well, what if I removed the music? Would you still be interested in the message? And the answer was yes. So I started a talk show on Tuesdays.
That's absolutely beautiful. How long? Yeah. How long does that show last for on a Tuesday?
1 hour.
Oh, perfect. So I can go. My show comes right afterwards.
Tune in to MJ Live show from 7 to 8, and you're on at 8, right?
Yeah, I'm on at 8 o'clock. Okay. Let's go back to some of these comments for a minute. We want to show them some love over on MSE Network. Of course, we have Duana, Evelyn, Hicks House, Lasagna, Lena, which is there, of course, Ronnie as well. So I also saw something real nice. I think it was May 5th, Rich Adams Day. We love you, MJ. We love you back. We love you back. So Evelyn says, as your mom, I'm so proud of you. My son, I'm so honored to be your mother. Love you so much. God bless you. She always shows love. I mean, Miss Evelyn is just so amazing. Always in your chats. Ronnie, you truly have an amazing son, Miss Evelyn. I'm so honored to be his publicist. So Ronnie is your publicist. Yes. Now we know. Know. Shout out to Ronnie, the amazing publicist. She's doing a fine job here too, right? So let's see. Thanks, Ronnie, for being there for him. You are a great publicist. Ronnie, Megasource Entertainment, join us Tuesday, 7 p.m. for Talk Tuesday with Rich Live, Wednesday, Wind Up Wednesdays with DJ Red, and Thursday with MJ Live. Oh my word, she's a good publicist. Lasagna, great info. Thank you, Miss Evelyn. Right, great advice at Hicks House. Saturday nights are fire. Ronnie, he drops great powerful nuggets on Saturday, 7 p.m. There are always a message in the music. All right, guys, you see I'm keeping you guys included. I love it that you're there, and I'm always going to give you a big shout out over there as well. So that's no problem to have two screens open. But I still would love you to come over and subscribe on YouTube still. All right, Rich, we got one more to go. The third is monetize. Maybe the most important part, right?
Yes, this is the most important part, right? So monetize. I said earlier that being able to tell your story. If you can't tell a story about your business, then it might be a little struggle. Your business should be able to enlighten someone, make them feel good, whether it's about fashion, whether it's about self-development, solving a problem. You have to be able to tell the story. So that dips back into marketing a little bit. Like, if you're going to have a business, it's not going to market itself. What's the story behind your business? Who are you? How do you introduce yourself? Right? What problem do you solve? How do you help people? Right? So what is it that you offer? And I don't care what it is. It could be from a bracelet, watches, to equipment, photography, making T-shirts, whatever it is. Be able to tell a story about it, right? And that will help you monetize what it is that your business is all about, right? So diving into monetization, um, my biggest wheelhouse is going to be I coach, I motivate and I mentor startup companies along with some medium to large size businesses. And what they call on me for is basically to evaluate them on where they are. And then they tell me their end goal, and I help them reach their end goal. And most of the time, they want more customers. They want a larger customer base. They want more following. And all of that comes from marketing. Now, how do you monetize that? Well, what I do is I offer consulting packages, right? I'll come to your organization and I'll give you a package. You can choose on how in depth you want me to go, and I'll put you on some type of contract, whether it's for a couple of months or a couple of years, whatever the case is. And this is important about monetizing. Once you realize what your superpower is, once you mobilize it, and then you do some decent marketing, most people try to sell things individually, right? Um, I'm not the guru on how you should sell things, but I know one thing: you do better in bulk, right? So whenever I have a customer, I try to offer things that will build a relationship with that customer, as opposed to having a one-time turnaround. So if I'm going to brand for you, branding takes momentum, right? So I would offer you a package that would allow that momentum to monetize itself. So whatever it is that you do, most people would try to sell one thing at a time, hoping to get thousands and thousands of customers, right? That is a very difficult thing to do if you're not well branded. So what I encourage you to do is be subscribed to, be a subscription based on whatever it is that you do. So whatever your business is, rather it's podcasting, photography, whatever it is that your business do, if you're a mechanic, whatever the case is, offer something that would allow them to come back a couple of times, for a month, for a week, every week, 3 months, 6 months, a year. Offer that, because it builds a relationship. But if you multiply, let's say you take 50 bucks for one business, right? Imagine doing it for 5 businesses per month. That's your monthly income. You get someone to subscribe to what it is that your superpower is, because you might not think it's much, but there's a need for it, and you can offer a solution if you offer it in such a manner where you can monetize it. But you have to know your value in order to monetize things. Know the value of what you're offering, and know how to tell a story on how it's valuable to the end user, to the customer, right? Tell the story, how valuable it is, how it makes them feel, how it saves money, how it solves a problem. And then you set them up on some type of program where they can pay you periodically. And that helps with monetizing. Also, knowing how to break down whatever it is that you do, right? Not everyone's going to like everything that you do, right? And don't be discouraged when you don't have the customer base that you want. You might be marketing to the wrong audience. I always say a no. Don't be afraid of no, right? No, to me, is an idea pitched to the wrong person at the wrong time. No is always temporary to me. It means that I'm speaking to the wrong person. I'll get a yes, right? But it's got to make sense though, right? Don't automatically believe that whatever you come up with is going to make money. That's not always the case. There's so
Right.
many tangibles involved with that. So in order to monetize your business, be able to tell a story about what it is. Two, be able to solve a problem or offer a solution or at least appeal to my emotion. Then the other one is offer more than just one nugget. I offer relationships, right? Even if you sell shirts, most people will just, okay, I'm going to put it on the internet, right? That means I'm selling one shirt at a time. No, I don't have time for that. It's a lot of work to sell one product at a time. I want to know who needs me in bulk. Go to the church, the school, go to the larger organizations, right?
Yeah.
With my company, when I started out DJing, I was going from house party, house party, house party. Every weekend, I'm being burned out at someone's house party or wedding.
Wow.
I did over 250 weddings.
Wow.
Yes, but I was still broke, right? So weddings never
Wow.
made me rich. So I came up with the ideas. I need the bigger fish. My ability to tell the story allowed me to get into the bigger audiences, the arenas, the places that hold thousands of people. So that one check paid for all 250 weddings. You see how that works? So
Yeah.
I don't care if I work once, twice, 3 times, 4 times a year. I was covering everything every house party I was doing, every event I was doing. So I took the idea of, grabbing nuggets. You pay $20 here, $20 there. I got to keep my day job.
Mhm.
So whatever it is that I'm offering, if I'm going to have a course or I'm going to have a class, if I have this class for one person, I can only charge one person one thing.
Mhm.
So I want to have a class to an audience of people. And that one, not only I'm pouring so many wonderful things. Now you can't just do this without substance. This doesn't work. Like, people not just going to go for anything you put out there in the universe.
Mhm.
But I'm just saying that make sure your product is good. You can tell a story about it. That sells itself.
Mhm.
Then determine who your audience is. Package it so that it appeals to an audience. And then package it where it could be something that's continuing, that you can offer on a continuing basis. Like the customers that I have right now, they're in relationship with me for months. And sometimes those months are extended. And I have the freedom to do what I need to do for my radio station and all of that. And I'm still getting residual income from subscriptions, checks in the mail. You see what I'm saying? So as
Yeah.
opposed to trying to get one thing sold at a time, one customer at a time,
Mhm.
try to figure out how can you get a whole community, a whole school, a whole organization, right?
Wow.
Be
Yeah.
the person for the organization. Don't be the
Mhm.
person for one person,
For the
not
one
just one
person.
person.
Mhm.
Be it for the organization. So if you work in an entity and you have a gift or a talent, then sell to the entity. The entity. If you sell to one person, you can only charge one person so much. This
That's
is
true.
not saying don't do that. I'm
Right.
saying I'm saying in conjunction with,
Mhm.
always offer bulk and relationship, because it allows people to stay with you.
Mhm.
And they might start out small. Let's say you have maybe a $39 a month plan or $99 a month plan.
Mhm.
You'll find that as your customer grows, their purchases grows.
That's true.
So the value, my first client, well, one of the clients that I'm working with now, they started out at $99.
Mhm.
They started at $99. um, and that was probably a month. Now they're at $1,200 a month.
Wow. Upsell.
Upsell because I started saying, okay, well, I can do this much for that much.
Right.
But if you want this, that, and the other, this is the package for that. But this will give
Mhm.
you everything. This will give you all of me,
Mhm.
undivided attention.
So people have already discovered how good you were with the $99, and they're
Yes,
like, you know what? I want more
yes,
of his tutelage or of his
yes.
experience. So
Right.
they're willing to pay more.
They're willing to
If
pay.
I
And,
if I can get this much for $99, then I need the bigger package. So that's really awesome.
and the results must be conducive too.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
but if you recognize your superpower, you don't have any doubt about the results that you can bring.
right.
You're operating in the right realm of things.
Yes, absolutely. Let me just remind everybody, because we're getting ready to do our giveaway, to enter MJ Nation in the chat. Now, you need to be in the YouTube channel in order to benefit from this giveaway. All right, guys. So if you want to be a part of the giveaway, you need to be over here in YouTube. And you know, if you're finding value, give me a number 2. If you're continuing to find value, give me a number 2 now, because listen, man, I have my notebook and I've been writing the whole time, guys, and I always have my notebook whenever I talk to Rich, so I can just glean all of his knowledge. And as a matter of fact, that's what you're going to be able to win. You're going to be able to win a 30-minute consultation, a free consultation with Rich, to get deeper into how he can help you potentially. And even within 30 minutes, you'll get help because it's going to be specific to you. But Rich, on your Tuesday show, you actually asked a few questions of the audience. Could you go ahead and do what you did there?
Yeah, well, I'm open for questions. For anyone that hasn't recognized what their superpower is, and if you have, put your superpower that you believe what your superpower is, and maybe MJ put it into her chat, and maybe she could tell me, and I can kind of help you understand how to navigate that a little bit. I like that kind of engagement. Put in the chat room what you think your superpower is. Or if you haven't identified it, maybe I can help you identify it. I can't hear you.
Oops, I was muted for a second. Yeah, go ahead and put your what you think your superpower is in the chats, and there's about a 30-second delay, so it's going to take them a little time to put that in. While they're doing that, let me just go back to the comments over here on Megasource Entertainment. Lasagna says, right, bulk is better than one. They will come back repeatedly. Yes, great knowledge, says Lasagna Barker. Oh, wow, she says. Ronnie says, when you are looking for a true motivational speaker, look no further. Contact us. This is a real advertisement, right?
Yes.
Contact us here at megasourceentertainment.com, which live pours into your life powerful nuggets of wisdom and knowledge. MJ Nason says, Ronnie, no, you got to, like I said, you got to come over to the YouTube channel in order to be included in the draw. So come on over and do that if you can. I am a woman is dropping her number 2. Everybody's still getting value. Not sure what my superpower is, so I would love it if you could win this prize, because then he'll be able to sort of help you to identify it. But anybody else, do you know what your superpower is? Marley TV, I have not identified it, but I think I am a great listener and motivator, says Marley TV. Does anybody else know what their superpower is, or are even struggling to find their superpower? Let us know what you think in the chat. So what would you say to those who don't know it yet? We have 2 people
It's well, if you don't know it, don't be alarmed. Most people don't figure out what their superpowers are until later in life. We spend so much time wrapped up in our talents, our gifts, and busy with life that we really don't fine tune or focus enough to figure out what our superpowers are. Um, Most often, like I said, people will recognize your superpower before you because you don't even realize how powerful you are in most instances. Anybody have had someone call them during a traumatic or tragedy, like, and you wonder why did they call me? It's probably because your ability to be a great listener.
Mm-hmm.
That might be your superpower to make people feel better,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes we're not really tuned in to ourselves because we're too busy on the rat race of life, trying to chase our dreams and our goals. Whatever it is lives in you. The superpower is inside of you. It's not in your bank account. Your friend doesn't have it. Your spouse doesn't have it. Uh, no, there's no Wizard of Oz to tell you what that is. It lives in you, right? And it's that thing that you could do in your sleep. It's the thing that you do without even realizing that you're doing it. And people call on you to do it. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you're annoyed by the amount of calls you get to do this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do this for me? Can you help
Mm-hmm.
me? You're good with this. Let me run
Mm-hmm.
something by you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you help me with this situation? And they'll even say, hey, you're really good at this. What
Mm-hmm.
do you think I should do? Right? So whatever it is that superpower is, it's not going to necessarily be your talent. It's the thing that you cannot turn off that everybody recognizes about you. And it is sometimes annoying when you can't turn it off, and sometimes annoying when people constantly eliciting it from you. Um, but you sometimes have to be in a quiet place to hear or know what that is. Like, block out the noise of life. Just be quiet for a second, right? The noise, the distraction. Get away from social media. Get away, and I'm not saying for an extended period of time, but just enough to let the noise go away. And then you start hearing yourself. Talk to yourself. But this time, when you're in a good place and you hear yourself talking to yourself, don't tell that person to shut up. Because when I was talking to myself when I built this mobile application for 2.5 million people, myself said, sit down, boy, nobody's going to listen to you. I had the power to tell that person to be quiet. I'm doing it anyway. Know when to tell yourself to shut up. I'm serious. Know when to tell yourself to be quiet because naturally your brain is wired to keep you safe. And it keeps you safe by talking you out of things that it's not familiar with. So when I got up about 2 o'clock in the morning with this app idea, and myself started saying, boy, go back to bed. You're silly. No one's going to listen to you. Shut up. Shut up. We're doing it anyway. Shut up. And I did it anyway. And I put passion into my tank and I drove it to work. And I worked with Microsoft for 2 years.
Wow.
2 years. And their job was to fly down from DC to New York just to get out of my head what was in me. I didn't even have to build it anymore because I told myself to be quiet. But when you go to that quiet place and your voice is talking to you that you can conquer and that you can do things, go with that voice. But when the voice starts saying you cannot, tell that voice to shut up, especially if you know it's good. It won't go away. I promise you. Your superpower, it lives in you. And that's the cool thing about it. You'll never be broke when you find it. You'll always make money when you identify what the superpower is. People will pay you to speak, to showcase it, to sell it, to market it. They will pay you. People pay me as we speak to market their business. And all I'm doing is telling them what to do. I'm not necessarily doing the work, telling you this is what you need to do. This is who you need to hire. This is where you need to go. I'm streamlined. So
Jessica Watson, greetings. Jessica Watson in the UK, family member. Passive income is what comes to mind as a result of mobilizing, marketing, and monetizing. Probably my superpower is rapport and acquaintances.
that's a big
Thank you.
deal. That's a big deal.
Do you want to respond to that, Rich?
Well, acquaintances and rapport is your ability to build relationships, and by building those relationships, give you the advantage at whatever opportunity you have. See, when you can get to what I call C-level people, which are my best friends. C-level people are corporate people that make decisions. Those are the people that I deal with. I've gotten away from dealing with the regular people. No offense, but I've elevated myself because I want to talk to the person in the room that says yes, that can make things happen.
Decision makers.
The decision makers, the C-level, the corporate level people that make the decisions. Once you get a rapport with those people and you're able to build relationships, those relationships morph over into conversations and ideas and opportunities to pitch your idea. It could be something where you might be wearing something that you made, but because you have a rapport with this person, they'll say, hey, that's a nice whatever. How can I get one of those? That rapport is very important. So you can use that and build that. And you can actually teach people how to do what it is that you do as far as building rapport with people.
Wonderful. You know, just earlier when you was just talking about your superpowers and you sort of you went in, that was like, you just blew my mind right there. Everybody was like, this is amazing. I just got to just stop for a second and just acknowledge that piece. I might have to just clip that piece out. Rich, you're phenomenal. You really are phenomenal, and I'm so glad that we get a chance to speak like this because it's really helped me to understand the depths of you. So really good. Tina says ideas come to me early in the morning as well. I have awakened my husband just because of an idea, says Tina. Aisha, I am woman. Great information. Encouragement is my superpower. That's a really good superpower to have, encouragement. Wow. Again, guys, check out the Cash App if you haven't already done so. There's no requirement, but if you want to donate, then that's fine. If you want to be a sponsor, I should say, then feel free to use the Cash App. If you want to sponsor the show, I will always mention you every show that I do. Marley TV, my ideas come to me around lunchtime, says Marley TV, after you've got some food in your body, right? Great show, MJ. Thank you so much. Veronica Flowers, it's good to have you here. Tech Tips Thursday. We're actually not even doing any tech tips today. I wanted to go right in with Rich. As a matter of fact, Rich, do you use, this might be a tech tip, do you use any tech applications or any, what you call it, any applications for productivity that you can recommend, that you use, that you swear by?
What I would recommend for, and most people are familiar with it, is Canva, right? I'm like a Canva expert, right? So my background is audio, visual, all that stuff that includes editing, producing, things of that nature. Canva is, technology now is gotten to a point where it has gotten so condensed and so cookie cutter and user friendly. Canva, Canva, and I'm not being endorsed by them, but I'm telling you that I've been able to produce some amazing things. Now I'm really advanced with it, but let me tell you, start playing around with Canva. You can do some amazing things for yourself. If you're on a low budget or you don't have a budget for marketing, Canva has templates that you can use to really help push your agenda, and you can share it with team members. Let's say you get to a certain point and you can't do any more because you don't know how, and you can share it with someone and say, hey, can you take it from here?
Uh-huh.
And I've done that too. But that's one of the main apps that I would encourage anybody that has a small business on the idea, stuff like that, use Canva.
Canva.com, Canva.com.
Yes.
I use it every single day, every day.
Yes.
Let me go back to the chat for a second. Excuse me. We got people dropping in MJ Nation. I'm not going to be able to pick you up on here, but Ronnie says I did. Ronnie says Rich and I spoke on being in a quiet place just yesterday. Yes, it is MJ. He's amazing. I said this is fire over there, and they're agreeing with that. I'll tell you, this is really good stuff. So we are about to do our giveaway. Do we have anything to add on the 3 M's before we do our giveaway? Rich, anything to add on the 3 M's?
Well, the thing I encourage you is to, if you haven't, and I know some folks haven't figured out what their superpower is, go into a quiet place, figure out what it is. Just evaluate what it is that you do naturally that never goes away. I'm not talking about a talent. I'm talking about something that you like. I'm talking about something that you are.
Actually, I had a question about that. Can your superpower also be your talent?
It can be.
Okay.
All three, they can actually, I'm glad, that's a good question. All three of them can be the same. Your passion, your talent, and your superpower could be the same, right? But you can also have one without the other two. So you can have a superpower, right, without the talent and without the passion. It's just a superpower that's not tapped into.
Right.
But typically, that's why I use the word passion to drive your power into your superpower. Right? Passion drives your talent to your superpower.
Beautiful. Yeah. All right, guys, listen, we have received such nuggets. I want to talk about at least one more of your accomplishments after we do this draw. Now, you need to be in the YouTube in order to be considered for the drawing. And of course, I think that everybody has put in MJ Nation now. And if you haven't, now is your time to drop in MJ Nation. And we will go ahead and do the drawing right now. Let me make this bigger. So you guys can see it. All right, we're gonna do a drawing. We got to match hashtag MJ Nation. Let me just do this in lowercase just to make sure that MJ Nation. Don't think it matters. But this is the prize draw we're going to do in a second, and it looks like we only have 8 people that have entered. We only have 8 people that have entered. Does anybody else want to enter? Just type in MJ Nation if you want to enter. Just type in MJ Nation if you would like to enter. I wonder if it makes any difference if I do it in uppercase. Let me just try that one more time. Just type in MJ Nation. MJ Nation. It still says 8. Okay. All right. We're gonna go with the 8 people. We're gonna go with the 8 people who have entered that in. All right, guys. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We got Luscious. We got Oral, Tina, Jessica, Oral, Tina, Melissa. She stole my thunder. Jessica, Veronica, Jessica, Luscious, Journey, Oral, Ferguson. Veronica Flowers is the winner. Is the first winner of the prize draw.
Can you redo that? I mean, that's my publicist. Can we redo it? We redraw. She's no.
Yeah? Should I redraw?
She has access to me all the time.
She has access all the time. So it would be fair to give it to somebody else who can really, really benefit from at least 30 minutes with our superstar Rich live. So let's go again. MJ Nation. All right, let's go ahead again and do it one more time, guys. Melissa, Veronica, I should take my name out. Veronica, Oral, Tina, Marlene, Oral, Veronica, Jessica. Oh, what is going on? What is going on? It looks like this thing just loves Veronica Flowers. Let's give this one more try. Let's give this one more try again. It looks like it's stuck on Veronica. One more time, guys. One more time. MJ, is she on? Here we go again. Isn't that funny? All right, one more time, guys. I'm so awesome, says Veronica. I'm so awesome. You are. You are. You are. You are. Okay, Jessica Watson,
All
all the
right.
way in the UK. She's actually a relative of mine. So Jessica Watson, it will be. I think this is probably a very, very good fit. Actually, that'll be a very, very good fit for her to get some information from the amazing Rich Live. All right, guys. So we're gonna do one more drawing right at the end, which we're actually coming. We're just about to wrap up. So, Rich, can you
Yes.
just tell us about the one more of your accolades that you are very proud of?
Um, I told you about the Microsoft, Motorola, Motorola. Um, Motorola asked me to be a keynote speaker at a international conference in Aruba, and they sponsored me.
Nice.
So I had an opportunity to be sponsored by Motorola and speak on a humongous stage about the idea of solving problems with technology that law enforcement was going to have to, at some point, adapt technology as a crime solver. So that was a major thing for me, for them to recognize me, sponsor me, and take my LLC. That's why I tell you, you have to have an LLC. I couldn't go as
Yes,
Richard Adams.
that's true.
I went as a brand. I went as a company.
Right.
So I encourage you, please, even if you don't know what it is that you're going to do, make sure that you get yourself an LLC, because it's so beneficial. And companies like that, Fortune 500 companies, don't just pay people, they pay organizations.
That's true.
So that was one of my proud accomplishments.
Wow, that's great. When was that? How long ago was that?
I was in probably 2018.
2018.
Yes.
And are those technologies still being used today?
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Still
That is
being used.
absolutely fantastic. All right, so we have one more prize draw. Since you've already put in your MJ Nation, I don't need to ask you to do it again. But just in case you haven't, I'm just gonna, let you put that in the next 20 seconds. Go ahead and put that in as we get ready to do our next giveaway. So we have Jessica Watson. I'm going to connect you with Rich so that you can get your free 30-minute consultation. Pick his brains. He'll be able to give you some great advice. He always gives me good advice every single time I ask him, and he's always available. And I'll tell you, this brother is very good, guys. So congratulations again to Jessica Watson out of London. Let me go ahead and do this for you, Jessica Watson. Let me go ahead and do this. Congratulations, Fireworks. Congratulations to you for winning the first prize. Congratulations. All right, now let's go to our second prize giveaway. Let's go to the second one. Let's take Jessica's name down now. And let us go to the same again. MJ Nation. And we still have only 8 people that want to be in the run-ins. That's fine. Let's go ahead and draw. All right. Veronica, Aurel, Jessica. Hoping that it won't choose Veronica or... All right, She Stole My Thunder. She Stole My Thunder was actually one of the people that said she was not quite sure. So let's congratulate She Stole My Thunder. She was one of the people who said she was not aware of her superpower.
Nice.
So this is perfect. It was perfect that she would be the winner of that. So congratulations to She Stole My Thunder one more time. Congratulations, whoosh, to She Stole My Thunder. All right, everybody, do congratulate her in the chats. We we just have a few minutes left to go on this show, and I just wanted to show you. Um, she said I have access already. Okay, so what was I about to do? Yeah, I wanted to show. I wanted to show the chat again. This is MSE Network, and this is where I'm live every Thursday. In addition to YouTube and Facebook, I'm also live on MSE Network, Megasource Entertainment. This is the website. This is, at least this is my page. All right. So right now, you can see that I have my my show embedded in the page, right? And then there's also the chat room right here. So that's where I'm always looking over this side. I have Megasource Entertainment on that screen, and I have, of course, my show on the main screen. But I wanted to go a little bit further. You can see the lineup for the Wednesday night, which is Wind Up Wednesdays on with DJ Red. You also have my show on Thursdays again, and then you have Richard Adams, Rich Live on 7 o'clock on a Saturday night, and he gives you some good music, some R&B, actually music from all over the world, and you can talk about that in a second. And then you can sign up for, you can leave messages, you can see on my page, you can see some of my past shows, and then you can also purchase items from their store. You got t-shirts, hats, mugs, and you can check those out as well. And look how they cut. For the women, they cut really nicely, just as he was talking about earlier. They are cut nicely, and even water bottles as well. So that's my page on MSE Network. But let me just go to the home page. Let me just go to the home page. And you'll see on the home page, you have, of course, this is Rich Live. A message about the business, where you got started and all that. I encourage you, and as a matter of fact, let me just drop the link in the chat. So I want you to go over there and check him out. There is the link to the site. You have the online, the on-air personalities. These are us, and I think you have one more to add to that.
It would be on the homepage, I believe, is the homepage.
Where are we? Aren't we on the homepage? This is. Oops. Let me just go to here.
What is it? Go down live. Go up, back up.
Live shows.
Live shows, yes.
Okay. Oh, there she is down here. Aisha Miller. Is this the same Aisha that's been in the chat room?
Yes.
She's lovely.
Join the team. Yes.
She's lovely, lovely. Welcome to the team, Aisha. Good to have you a part of the team.
February 13th will be our first show.
Oh, right. What day is that? The 13th is what day?
I think that's the Sunday, the Sunday before Valentine's Day.
Okay, Sundays. Is Sundays going to be her regular time?
Yes, every Sunday.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that.
Okay, so this is the lineup so far, and then you also have other information. Be a sponsor. I would just encourage you guys to check it out, because Rich has advertising on his show. On the shows, there's areas where he revolves flyers and information. So it's definitely a place you want to go check out. Okay. Do you want to say anything else about the website, Rich?
No, I think you pretty much covered it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that plug.
No problemo. That's what we do here. Everybody, how's it going? We're just about to wrap this up. We've done our two prize draws, haven't we? Did we do two, or we did one?
We did two.
We did two. Okay, perfect. And while we're at it, I want to just draw your attention to my YouTube channel. We are all in the business of growing our channels. This is mine, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. live. This is when I have my live shows. And for the month of January and February, we're doing again business, finances, personal development, all of that good stuff. And right now we have the live that's going on right now. Of course, you'll always see the live stream on my homepage, and then we have some other fun stuff going on down there. These are all of these videos down here are so dynamic. You've got to check those out, guys. All of them are. I want to try to make this a little bit bigger. All of them are definitely a must watch. And then I have some of my tech playlist. I have a playlist on, how to do certain things with YouTube. We have the StreamYard, technical stuff, how to do stuff with StreamYard, how to, I even have a list on Canva. You were talking about Canva, Rich, just a little bit earlier. Excellent tech tool. And then we also have how to on IG, how to do stories, how to post, and so forth. And then we have some more talk, wealth, relationships, tech, and more. Some of these other shows, and we're working, man. We're working hard to get all the stuff up and running so that the channel is very, very compelling. It's pretty good, but I think we can still do more to improve it. I have some stuff where I'm out and about town, at live events, just with my phone. It's just fun stuff that we do out and about, and then some other archives. So definitely check the channel out. It's my name, Melissa Jane. YouTube.com/C/Melissa Jane. And I spell my name a little bit different. MILLISSAJAYNE. Just because I'm fancy, okay? Just because I'm fancy. All right, Rich. I think we are pretty much at the end of the show. I would love to give you, as much as you like to summarize what. Let me just get the right screen up here. I would just love to give you the opportunity to summarize your thoughts on the whole thing about the 3 M's, passion, talent, and superpower. Sum it up for us, Rich.
Okay, all right. Basically, the whole thing is about understanding what your superpower is. Once you recognize what your superpower is, you can marry that to the passion. Passion, to me, is the fuel that drives your superpower. Passion is also the thing that fuels your talent. Sometimes all 3 of them can be in one. Your passion, your talent, and your superpower could all be one. The goal is to get them all in the same room at the same time, right? And once you identify what that is, mobilize. Mobilize is basically stop. Don't take yourself for a joke. Take yourself serious. And when you take yourself serious, others will take yourself serious. Just think about it for a second when we're talking about mobilizing. The way you feel about your business, if you take it lightly, that's exactly how it's going to be respected. So when you take yourself serious, other people will take you serious. Mobilize, get yourself legal, get incorporated, get your LLC, then market yourself. Know who's your audience. Know who you would like to target. Know who's interested in what it is that you offer. I don't care if you're a hobbyist or you like listening or whatever it is that you just know your organization, know the group, know the people that you would like to commence with, right? And once you do that, market yourself. Don't get oversaturated with the fanciness. Tell the story. Whenever you recognize what your superpower is, tell your story. My superpower is my ability to make good people great and great people greater. I do this by motivating people. You see how easy that is? Wow. Know who you are, what your superpower is, and tell a story about it in a short form. My superpower is I make good people great and great people greater. And I do this by motivation. Be able to do that, right? And market yourself as such. Do not be afraid, because while some people may not believe in you, there's an audience out there waiting on you. And they're in need of what your superpower offers. There's an audience for everything and everybody. And everyone has superpower. I don't care who you are. If you don't know what it is, that's one thing. But never say you don't have it. Just say you haven't tuned into it. But once you market your superpower and recognize what it is, you can monetize it. the best way to monetize it is to understand what it looks like in the package, what somebody would purchase, right? Not being the little simple nugget dropper. Think big. If you don't think big, it's kind of like a bird, right? He flies based on the size of the cage you have him in. Don't even put yourself in the cage, because if you think small, you will be small. I ended up in other countries and on large platforms because I never thought to be in a small room. I always thought about being in a big room. If you think it, you can be it. If you dream it, it's God's gift to you that is possible. So find a way to monetize it, but package it in a way where people will be interested in it, and package it where it has a relationship, subscription based, monthly, right? Yearly, right? Do it in such a manner that would allow your superpower to manifest not just to the organization that you're marketing to, but to its peers, right? So don't forget the 3 M's. Once you recognize your superpower, mobilize it, market it, then monetize it. Monetize it is the best part of it, because I receive checks every month because I figured out how to do these 3 things with my superpower: mobilize, market, and monetize.
Mic drop, mic drop. Richard Adams, that was just superb. I'm definitely going to have to clip that piece out. Listen, guys, if you found no, I'm not going to say that because you all did. Just drop in me a number 3 in the chats, because we all found value. And I would advise you just to go ahead and watch this back. Watch this over. And I love the story. I love your story of where you came from. And I think that's important to include in when we're doing these shows, because it often makes a difference in what you're doing now. Your history, your experiences are what has made you who you are now. So I really, really appreciate you taking the time. We just took our time tonight. We went through everything. And I'm sure, like somebody said in your chat, that we could probably do several shows on this. You know what? We'll probably bring you back in a few months' time just to continue giving us nuggets if people love it. Listen, guys, if you love it, just drop me. Just tell us that you want him back. Let us know that you want him back. But thank you for that, Rich. We're getting the number 3s coming in here. We're getting the number 3s coming in. Orel Ferguson, definitely a big support of the show. Loved it. Aisha loves it. Awesome show. Absolutely, guys. She stole my thunder. Number 3 as well. We all love this type of content, and that's what this channel's about. We want to give you content that you can use. That's going to help you to, develop yourself. Here, running you in the back. No problem, Lashes. Let me just go ahead and just show you again what's happening on your channel over here. We got a 3 here from Hicks House. Duana, awesome show. Thank you for sharing your platform and your wisdom. Ronnie, everyone has superpowers. Recognize what it is. Duana and Ronnie are also giving us a 3 because they appreciate the content. All right, Rich. I think we're just about the 2-hour mark, and we're going to leave it right there. We'll save anything else till the next one. Thank you so much, Rich. I really appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. And thank everyone for tuning in. I really appreciate you having me on your show.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I think that's it. So I'm going to go out with a little bit of music like I normally do, jamming out for a little bit while I say a thank you to everybody. You're welcome to stay and jam with me, or you can chill. What do you want to do? I'm going to play some music. Do you want to stick around, or have you frozen? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, I'm going to play some music. Do you want to stick around, or you're okay to say good night?
I'm going to say good night for now, but thank everybody for listening. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, Richard Adams, or at Megasource Entertainment, and check me out on Tuesdays at 7 before the MJ show. And you also check me out on Saturdays at 7 for a good time. And if you want some coaching or something like that, please subscribe or let me know that you're interested, and I'll be willing to help you find out what your superpower is. And thanks for taking the time. Thank you again, MJ. You have an amazing show, and thank you for allowing me to be on your platform. I appreciate you. You're so good. You're so good at what you do. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Take care. We'll talk soon, okay?
You got it. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, guys, that's the show. You know, I'm going to just go through and I'm going to say thank you and good night to everybody while we jam it up a little bit. I'm going to just jam it up a little bit. And let's do this. I'm going to kick from the studio, kick the guest out. All right. Let us go, and I want to say a big thank you to everybody, but I'm going to play some music while I'm doing that. Is that all right, guys? Is that okay? Is that okay? You know the song that I normally play. You know the song that I normally play. It's about 3 minutes. I'm going to say good night to everybody in 3 minutes. All right. Big shout out and thank you to everybody over there on Mega Source Entertainment. We have over there. Oh, I haven't shared the music yet, have I? I haven't shared the music yet. Let me go ahead and share the music with you guys. Let us share the music so you guys can help to jam with me as we say good night. Here we go. Let's hear some music as we say good night. All right, you should be able to hear some music now. Somebody give me a big thumbs up if you can hear the music. You should be able to hear the music right now. Yeah? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear the music. Yeah, say a big thank you to everybody over on Mega Source Entertainment. Oh, Tawana. Can you hear the music? Tawana. Miss Evelyn. Can you hear the music? Is it loud enough? Peter Investor M. Right at the end. Hicks House. I appreciate you. Lena. Miss Lena. Thank you for joining us tonight. Ronnie. Publicist. Big publicist. Massive. Great show, says Ronnie. Good night, everyone. We appreciate all of you. Okay, all right, Duana. You got it. Thank you. Thank you. She Stole My Thunder. And Tina. All right. Thank you so much, Tina. She Stole My Thunder. Veronica Flowers. Peter Investor M. Tina Azell. Gail at Night. Big shout out to Gail at Night. Jessica Watson in London. Winner of tonight's free 30-minute consultation. Lashes Journey was here. Aisha, I Am Woman is here. Aura Ferguson, appreciate you. Molly TV, I appreciate you sticking with us for 2 hours tonight. You could be anywhere. Yes, indeed. Who else did we have here? We had Wealth Engineering. Definitely. The tech tip was use Canva. Simple as that. Marlene TV. Who else haven't I recognized? Make sure that you hit the like button. And I think this is one to be shared. I think this video is one that needs to be shared. Would you agree with that? I think I would agree to that. Who else do we have in here? We have Lashes, we have Tina. Oh, I didn't see this one. Brenda David. Welcome, Brenda David. Didn't see you earlier, but thank you for being here. Needs Watches, of course, with the so cool voice. Such a cool voice. Such a cool voice. Yes, indeed. Mahatma. Mahatma P. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. Drop a message. Trina's Treasures. And G Warrior. Bernard S. Nikki Fire. I don't think I mentioned you. I'm so sorry. I don't see everything. Corinne Dujour. Joseph. The lead attorney passed through. Man, the lead attorney. Ooh. Big Bad Bull. Big Bad Bull is here. Who else do we have? Aisha Miller. Orlando Toussaint. Thank you for the subscription. Vintage and iconic African American everything. Melody Dinkins. I bet you fell asleep. Reggae Ellis over there on Facebook. All right. MJ, I'm the same person running. No problem. Alright, good night over on MSE Network. I will see you next Tuesday at 8 p.m. and Thursday at 8 p.m. You're absolutely welcome, Ronnie. Thank you, Gail at Night. Thank you to everybody. Thanks to all of my sponsors, Lashes Journey, Shayla, Gail Luckett, Carl Sinclair, The Intentional Millionaire, MSE Network, Double T, Sophia Sharif. Alright. I hope you have a wonderful night tonight. Say a prayer for me. I feel like a little cold coming on. So say a prayer for me. I hope it's not the bad thing, you know? So say a prayer for me. Say a prayer for me. I'll be back on Tuesday. It's my birthday tomorrow, guys. It's my birthday tomorrow. So I'm hoping to I might come out on Saturday night and celebrate my birthday. I'll let you know. Okay, bye. Bye bye, guys. Bye bye. See you soon. Have a wonderful night.